This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Hing.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformation with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives and Soul Agreements. 3 audio CD series, metaphysical meditations, sourcing series, and sleep programming. Tara has also collaborated with Emmy Award-winning Shane Stanley and Marla Maples on numerous DVDs. Tara Sutphen is a master in the psychic sciences. If you'd like to find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams, visit her website at tarasutphen.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and today my guest is Dr. Sumire McKean. And she is a homeopathic specialist, and she has been the recipient of a Writer of the Year award in Japan. She has been working also on the beauty of the crane, and it has just been an amazing whirlwind of lectures and origami crane dedications for Hiroshima, the atomic bomb survivor, Masahiro Sasaki. And what's happened is it's a whole peace movement. And so she's been working really hard with that. And so she'll tell us all about that, which is really amazing. The president has been involved. And welcome, Sumire, my sister.
Hi, Tara. Thank you so much for having me this morning. And I'm just so happy that I happen to sit next to you and then you guide me through. So that would be wonderful. And then it's a beautiful place that we are in.
Yes.
And I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And that we are enjoying the road trip.
Yeah, we're on a road trip. We're in Sedona. I'm doing the Mystic training for the weekend. And so, Sue, she came and joined me. Now, Sue, I always butcher, actually, her name, Sumire. So say it in Japanese how we're supposed to say it.
Sumire. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sumire?
Yeah, and it means violet in Japanese. It's beautiful. And anyway, so we call her Sue most of the time, but I just love her name, but for some reason, my accent just never really gets around it.
Well, it's okay though. I guess it's very difficult for everyone because we don't have an oral sound in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
yeah. So we've been on this road trip. It's been really wonderful so far. And, so we've been able to talk about the, peace project that she's been on. I was really sick, so I was coughing a lot, so I didn't get a chance to go and cough on everybody. So, tell us about the beautiful peace project you've been involved with.
Yeah, it was end of May for a week. We had, the guest from Japan who is the brother to Sadako Sasaki, who was, diagnosed with, the leukemia, 10 years after the atomic bomb. And then, shortly after.
She was 12, right?
Yeah. She was 12 because, she was 2 when atomic bomb was dropped. And at the age 12, she was diagnosed with, radiation, that related, the leukemia. And then, she died within a couple months. But there is a saying in Japan, when you fold, what I meant was, the 1,000 paper cranes, your dream is going to be granted. The wish come true. So she folded more than 1,000 paper cranes because she wanted to live.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she did, all these, the paper cranes folding. However, unfortunately, she passed away.
But she lives in another way.
Yes, and that's the beauty of that.
Yeah.
I guess it's a transformation, Yeah. And then actually she's living in a life bigger than who she was in the human, in the body.
Right.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. And then here comes that, Masahiro, who is the brother to the Sadako, with the paper cranes, and he has been donating how reminding original paper cranes to troubled places. It started out with 9/11 Tribute Center, and then Pearl Harbor, and then, what was the third one? The Truman Library in Missouri. Mm-hmm. And then it has been impacting a lot of people's, the heart, and it has been beautiful that, how people relate to, the Sadako's legacy and how they want to be involved for this, the movement of like spreading peace.
So 1,000 paper cranes to make her dream come true.
Yes. Which is that no more words, of course, but it's also a compassionate heart.
Yes.
So once you have that compassionate heart, you treat others like you treat yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's the little thing will make you happy, make everybody around you happy. And if the, people around you affect one person each day, and then it will spread more and then more as a ripple, So that's what, she wished for. She doesn't have to, or, she wants to have all the children live fully and peacefully and then create the world without worries and then sickness and burdens.
Yeah, it sounds like she had a real mission. Mm-hmm. It's funny, isn't it? That, so many years ago that she would, that legacy would come, that her brother would carry it.
Right.
And it's really just, it's gone across the world. And, it just has really kind of started. There's going to be so many more projects come up where because it's just a symbol of her dream coming true and that living is important. Living,
peace.
Peace and your lives, everyone's lives are important. And so, the paper cranes, haven't you started, also in the schools? Haven't they started making some paper cranes?
Yes, it has been, Hiroshima has been really working really hard. So there's a lot of, the projects going on every year, all the students are involved, all the level of students, meaning that from elementary schools to high school, and they are very much into it, especially because, the survivors are, that age that, getting older. And then if we have to carry that, they have to start from the early age to know what to do and then to teach, what the, legacy of Sadako and what can do, to all of us. Yeah, so it has been very interesting, as you said, her dream is living through, but her story became very famous. I think that was 1975 around there, because Eleanor Kaur, who wrote about her story, and since her book, the story of Sadako has been published in maybe 55 different languages or something like that. So it's not only in Japan. And actually, what I heard was that, because we have the custom of folding, cranes before Sadako, so the people in Japan do not really, actually link the paper cranes and then a Sadako. But for the Western world or anywhere else outside of Japan, it's more of Sadako and then the paper cranes all together, as a one. So, and then many people in the whole world know about Sadakos. And then, it's, for example, just like, the Los Alamos, that's where the Manhattan Project was, and then all these, the testings happened. The children, I think that was 3rd grader to 5th graders, got together after they found out about Sadako and then read about Sadako's, the book. They decided to put the peace monument over there. So they went to a pizza shop, every Friday or every weekend. I don't remember all the details. And they, folded, the paper cranes, and they asked for the dollar donation. And I heard, I think that was $75,000 or something that they were able to collect. And they put the statue. And then, it's not in Los Alamos, unfortunately, but somewhere between Santa Fe and Los Alamos, it's there. It's because it's a children's museum or, something like that over there. And there's another one in Seattle, I think, Sadako's, statue. So these are all kind of, statue to the sister statues to Sadako's and then children's monument in Hiroshima, at Hiroshima Peace Park.
Right. And even the president is involved.
Yeah.
Hasn't he, even, President Obama has done a crane, folded a crane, correct?
Yeah, it's interesting though, because he must have, heard about Sadako's. And we hope, that, it was, our effort to it. And then of course that, one of the person who's involved to this, the peace project is, Clifton Truman Daniel, who is the oldest grandson of, Truman, President Truman.
Yeah, President Truman's grandson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Clifton has been working with Sasaki family for a couple years, and then he is doing that, the visiting schools and then teaching about, what can do in United States and then also in Japan, together with Sasaki family. And then, I know that, that Clifton has wrote to President Obama about, the visit, to ask him to visit Hiroshima because Clifton has done that, about a few years ago. And then he has lessoned more than 2 dozens of hibakusha, which is survivors. And, he has been very taken and he has his own project outside of, that the project what I have helped this time around. So, he's doing that by his own and, also with Sasaki family, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah.
What's his called?
What his
peace movement? Is it the Missouri Library?
Well, he is also, of course, the board member for, his grandfather's, the library, the Truman Library and a museum, I think. It's in Independence, Missouri. And, I don't think he has like organization, but, because of his, position and, background, he goes to, not the colleges, I'm sorry, the high schools to teach and lecture about the peace.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then, talking about a little bit of metaphysics, it was funny because, it's almost like we are all coding to each other and then coding to this project, that, we talked about Masahiro-san, who is, brother to Sadako, but his son, who has been involved with this, the movement or the project whose name is Yuji. Yuji's birthday is June 6th, while Clifton's birthday is June 5th. However, because Japan is ahead of us, like maybe 12 hours, because Clifton was born in New York. So it's almost like the same day,
How fun.
Yeah. And then, my birthday is June 28th. And then Clifton's, and then also the President Truman's wedding anniversary is June 28th. And then of course my husband is kind of involved this time around and his birthday is August 6th. that was atomic bomb, dropped.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. And then of course that, I have to talk about, the movie we showed, this time around, and it's called Orizuru 2015. And my friend Miyuki has produced and then, directed. And it's a short film, 25 minutes, because, her hope is that it's going to be educational tool. And it's not only about, it's not only about war, of course. It's about friendship and helping each other and, how to create a better world. So, she wants to use it as an educational tool. That's why she made it for 25 minutes. So, there's going to be a showing and then they can discuss, the students and then the teacher can discuss after it in one block of, the, class time. So that's what, her, the wish. So, and then, it was beautiful. It's, every time I see, watch it, I know what's coming, but I still cry.
Oh, gosh. So I would have been crying and coughing if I'd seen it.
I know. I wish you were able to come.
I really wanted to.
Yeah, because you were coughing a lot.
I was over planning too on everything.
Yeah, so, but, that was, and then everybody cried, but it's a good cry. It's because it's a happy story, and there's no, war mentioned to tell the truth. There's no one clip of us that war scene or, destructive scene, but, it
just touches the heart.
Yeah, deeply, yeah. And then, talking about coincidence and then, the synchronicity. Her birthday, Miyuki's birthday is same as, Eleanor Kaur, who wrote about her book for the first time in history.
Wow. So there's a lot of synchronicity of people that coming together.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting.
Like a string of synchronicity.
I think it's just meant to be, Yeah. And then, we are planning on, another donations for the future. So that's, in progress at this time. Yeah. So I'm just looking forward for that,
Right. So they're going to expand. So how can you find that website?
Well, actually, we don't really have the website at this moment, but, the best way maybe is, www.orizuru2015.com.
And how do you spell Orizuru?
ORIZURU2015.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get that? Anyway, cause, if you need to, get that again, Now, I wanted to talk to you too about your homeopathy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she had to learn from Japanese. She had to all learn it in English, and a lot of it is Sanskrit, right?
No Sanskrit is involved. Yeah.
In homeopathy.
Yeah, no,
okay.
that's Ayurvedic. But,
Ayurvedic. Oh, that's your Ayurvedic. She's becoming an Ayurvedic doctor too.
No, I'm not
you're
going
not?
to, but I'm just, taking at, the classes for the luxury leaves, because, my passion is homeopathy.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I guess it's because very energetic.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love everything about energy. So, but, I have been blessed. I guess, it has been 2003 or no, actually 2004. I, finished my certificate and I went on for the doctorate level, and I have been, the homeopathic doctor since 2011. And then I met this, wonderful teachers all over the world. And then I was very, drawn to, one of the protocol. It's called CEASE. And I have been practicing CEASE a lot. And that's for, the autistic children and difficult children's. And then, as anything else, I have good days and bad days and then good results and then bad results. But, so far, I'm very happy with. And I see, as I, what I do is all connected. So, I see homeopathy as a humanitarian work. And, it's just related to that, the Orizuru, the Sadako's project,
Yeah, well, I've had this, Everest, little baby Everest, and I decided she had a cold, and so of course, I couldn't not be in her face. So I, got the cold too, and I was coughing, but with, Dr. Sue here, my sister, she just gets those little teensy homeopathic, remedies and, gives me 3 of them, and then all of a sudden the cough is gone. It's incredible. It really is incredible when you start doing homeopathy over, over-the-counter drugs. So I recommend it to everyone. I've done homeopathy for years and years, but but it really, with this cough, it's just like incredible to watch that 1 minute you're coughing, the next minute you're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's so, I don't know what to express. I mean, how to explain, because everybody has a very difficult time to accept, homeopathy, because it's so, in a way, mystical, like why these sugar pellets will do this huge, benefit on you. But it works. And, but the quantum physics coming in, there is going to be a different view. I think it's going to be more accepted by people, from now on. Because before it was very difficult to scientifically prove it. But now the quantum physics is coming in, and it's maybe able to just give a little bit of push and then understanding the concept of homeopathy. And then I'm really hoping for that, because it's really, really significant, to your life to have that, and welcome homeopathy. It does an incredible job.
Right. And aren't you teaching in Japan now?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I teach. Yeah. I guess I have to go back again, but, I feel that my base is here, so I limit my visit to Japan, especially teaching, and then especially because, when I go back to Japan, everything's about kind of family duty and then everything else. I don't want to put myself into more duties. I just want to enjoy. So that's one of the reasons. But, if I can help, that would be great, because not necessary. I mean, Japan, that there are a lot of homeopathic and good homeopathic, however, because, from Japan, in Japan, most of the homeopathy are introduced from India or, in England, not from the US. But we are kind of behind. So I think they are getting very, very good information. But at the same time, I think it's just interesting for them to know about the homeopathy in the United States. So, if I can help with that, I'll be great,
Yeah. And she does have an office in Beverly Hills, so you can find her. Do you want to give that phone number?
Yeah, it's 310-980-3138, or you can write to me, lovelymalibu@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lovelymalibu@gmail.com, or you can call and book an appointment. But, homeopathy, gosh, so it's incredible just to do the remedies. Now, isn't it stem from miasms?
Yeah, miasm is one factor of many factors you have to think about. And as a homeopathic, we call it homeopath. It's just so detective work, and then the first consultation is going to be like 2 to 3 hours. You feel like you're going to a psychologist, and then you really have to open up yourself and then talk about your history, not only about yourself, but, the environment around you and your upbringings and everything. And it's just tears shedding and laughing at the same time. And, it's just that you make a bond with the client and an energetic exchange, and which I really enjoy. And then to get to know the person. But, you really have to trust at the end, just like a practitioner like me. But, if you open up and if you get the remedy, the whole new, you can really create the new world, within you, so, which is very beneficial for all of us, because you are not given so much time, in that Western medical, the visit, you are given maybe 10, 15 minutes, and you don't get to know that the person who is diagnosing you, and then sometimes that, you want to talk more. You want to be really,
you want to be heard.
Yeah, you want to be heard.
Well, your body wants to be heard, maybe.
Yeah, taken care of.
Yes.
So I think one of the things that, the alternative medicine can do, is that, it's because because we are human beings, we need interruption.
Yes.
We need to communicate. And that's what
we don't want to go too fast on everything anymore.
No. And it's not like,
It's going back kind of in the past to actually kind of clear up some of your, even your DNA sort of clean up.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take a commercial break. And I'm talking to Dr. Sumire McKean. And we will be right back. You are listening to Transformations with Tara.
Welcome to Transformation with Tara Sutphen. If you'd like to find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations, visit her website at tarasutphen.com.
You've listened to the shows on CTR, and perhaps you've found yourself thinking, maybe I should host my own show, but I don't know how. It's easier than you think. From the beginning with private coaching sessions to your own live broadcasts, CTR Network will prepare you on every level to share your knowledge, expand your brand, and take your business to the next level. At CTR, we nurture your vision and make it a radio reality. Contact Cameron Steele at 425-221-3646 or Cameron at ctrnetwork.com and put your dream into motion today. Want to become a member of an amazing and fun group of individuals? Then you need to join the Contact Talk Radio Network. When you join Contact Talk Radio, you join our social network where you can chat with the show hosts and other members, post pictures, even videos. When you join Contact Talk Radio, you receive exclusive information about our shows, events, and all the latest happenings. When you join Contact Talk Radio, you become a member of our team, blazing a trail to greater understanding of the world we live in. Signing up takes less than a minute and boom, you're in. Don't wait. Come join us. Visit contacttalkradio.com now and click sign up.
Welcome to Transformation with Tara Sutphen. Become involved now by calling 877-230-3062.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen. And my guest is Dr. Sumire McKean. She is a homeopathic doctor. She has won an upcoming, we're going to talk about this, a Writer of the Year award in Japan. And she's been working on this wonderful peace project that's connected with Hiroshima. And the president is involved, and the President Truman's grandson has been involved, and it's been a really wonderful thing that's been created, and she's talked about it earlier in the show. But welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I was telling you earlier that, I don't pronounce her name well, her Japanese pronunciation. It's, I'm not going to even do it. Because, I've been her sister for 15 years, so it's like, there's no hope for me in my American accent, okay? So I just call her Sue. But anyway, say it again, your name.
Sumire.
Yeah.
Sumire.
And usually I'm good with accents, but I'm just not good with her accent of her name. So, you know, it's like butchering your poor sister's name. She's like, Tara, can't you get it?
No, it's okay. It always happens. And it's like I was called Sumire.
Yeah, Sumire a lot.
Yeah, because it's spelled Sumire, but we don't have a Japanese, in Japanese, you know, we don't have R or L. So it's almost like D. So, but L sound, Sumire. So, but it's so difficult for American or I don't know about
probably
Europeans.
Yeah.
But, you know, so it's okay. Simple. Sue. You know,
Sue.
That's fine.
Call her Dr. Sue. So Dr. Sue, she is available. Can you give your phone number?
Yeah. It's 310-980-3138.
And also at lovelymalibu@gmail.com is, if you need to make an appointment for homeopathy. She has a office in Beverly Hills, so, you know, definitely make an appointment and come in. It's just it's the loveliest office, really. And,
it's a cozy, small office, but, you know, it creates, you know, energetic, you know, safeness and, you know, because that's very important for the, you know, the clients to come. And,
I've used the services for so many years now, and my wellness, I have to say, is at such a great high, you know, between, her team and John of God, you know, I'm really trying to beat the whole, you know, sick problem ever in the future. So it really is worth it. So now, I want to talk about more about homeopathy and, you know, the miasms and stuff. That's always so interesting.
Because you mentioned about the miasm.
Yeah,
miasm is what we called, like toxin in your bloodline.
Yeah, so it's your DNA, your actual
it's carried
bloodline.
on from your ancestors. And then, we do have the miasm in the country itself or, you know, the person. Just like in Japan, we do have a lot of TB miasm, you know, tuberculosis, because Japan is an island. It was separated from, you know, the ocean. Everybody. Yeah. So once you contract that, you know, the TB, a lot of people will have it. So like TB, miasm has like a weakness of the lungs and such and such. So we do have that weakness. So let's go back to, why that, Sasaki family we talked about from Hiroshima. Sadako and Masahiro, you know, the older brother who came to visit us here, were next to each other pretty much when the atomic bomb was dropped. Sadako became ill while Masahiro survived.
Yeah.
And then why is it?
Yeah.
Because of the miasm is one reason. Because you are susceptible for something. And while the other person is not susceptible for that, you know, the particular, you know, something.
Yeah, and yet they have the same mother and father.
Right, yes. So. That's the interesting thing though, because, you know, sometimes like you get cold and I don't get cold, even though like we're in the same place. Why is it? Maybe because of the pathogen is like, you know, prone to, you know, weakness of the body types. You know, so it's almost like, you know, the miasm is also like a body types. You know, so we have like basically 5, you know, the miasms. And then accordingly, you know, according to the miasm, how you treat homeopathically can, you know, can be determined also. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's really interesting. So like, it's the survivors of like TB and, you know, somebody like him, he's the survivor of, radiation. And so he would have that miasm in his DNA to whereas it would either, help somebody who, you know, the cross DNA of the mother and father, it would either help build the immune system, or what do you feel? You know, like his children.
I'm not really sure how to, you know, explain that, you know, because sometimes it skips one generation and then it comes out again, you know, and then of course it's not only your DNA, but, you know, where you're born. you know, what you have intaken, meaning, you know, medications, food, you know, all these things are involved.
Just the way
so
you
it's
handle
not
your life,
really
maybe. Then.
so clear, but it's so grayish. So that's why we don't really focus on that only in Mayism. But that's one of the factors that we really care about.
Yeah. Well, it's because your ancestor survived something.
Right.
So one of the Mayisms. And
Yeah,
so then they track that to know kind of what you're susceptible to. And if you're having an ailment, that's how they can, you know, diagnose you and actually help heal the problem.
Yeah. So, that's one of the, you know, I mean, we already know that about alternative medicine because it's not like, you know, here you have like some strand of like cold, so you get this antibiotics. But it's just, you know, they don't care about your body makeup. But, you know, with alternative medicine and like including, you know, homeopathy, it's just care about your, you know, the body, you know, tendencies and susceptibilities and then the body types. So it's going to be pinpoints, you know, what the weakness and what to do with this, you know, the pathogen when it goes into this, you know, the body with some, you know, the weakness. So, that's why it's very individualized. So that's why we need really a lot of time spent to select the remedy. But it's, if it works,
Oh my gosh. I
miraculously.
mean, really. I mean, I cough and she, you know, I have my own private doctor with me.
That was a good thing I was here
in 2
with
seconds
you.
I'm feeling
I know, because you're
fine.
not coughing now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, and I just started to cough again. I don't know if it was the elevation and all of a sudden the dust, you know, but, you know, I started to cough. You know, so anyway, we also want to talk about, you know, Sue doesn't really like brag at all. so we don't usually know that she has won the Writer of the Year award in Japan. She writes for a huge blog and it gets paid for it too, guys. So, you know, it's like amazing. So it's, you know, we all have to get to that next level. And I don't think that you ever really thought of yourself as a writer or even started to go in that direction. She sources for great possibilities of life and, excels in things. And I think that's just kind of how you've winged it. Right?
Yeah. You know, because I have never really thought I'm going to blog, as my sister said. And, but again, you know, my mission in this lifetime, you know, is to help others. And I guess that I started writing because I wanted to help other people. You know, that I myself came to this country 33 years ago. And there's good times and bad times, I'm sure. You know, I don't remember everything, but you know, if I can help someone, one person, you know, to guide, to, have a good experience, you know, better experience here in the U.S., that would be my, you know, mission. You know, so again, it's a humanitarian work in a small scale, but I just love it. It's because I love taking, you know, the pictures. I love going places. I enjoy, you know, eating good foods and then, you know, enjoy hikings and all of these things. And then I write about Los Angeles because I'm based in Los Angeles. And then a couple years ago, actually it's almost 4 years ago, I had this chance to, write about all of these things to one of the Japanese, the guidebook, travel, you know, guidebook, the publishing company. And has been so blessing. You know, it's just so enjoyable. And I get to know a lot of people. They contact me. Sometimes I have like 3 or 4, you know, Facebook friends who I met through, you know, the blog. And then, I have won that MVP, that the Best Writer award for the first time. But, so that was really,
it's surprising and exciting and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
I'm writing again about Sedona. I guess I wrote about it a few years ago, but, so, you never know about your life takes you.
Right.
So I guess because I don't have to decide for myself, but, sometimes it comes to me or comes to everyone and you just take a chance and you get to enjoy it more than you thought you would be. And that's what I did. And then I'm just so wonderful. It has been so wonderful.
Well, we were talking about this morning that, she's a Cancer, so it's all about the flow, the water, the flow of the water. Just being in the moment and really enjoying it. And yesterday we saw this amazing pin, I think it was, really, pendant and pin. It was a heart. And the owner of the shop said that he had owned this pendant for 20 years. He hasn't sold it, but it was 2 cardinals in this heart. And it was absolutely beautiful. It's Zuni work. It's inlay. And nobody's bought it, but I thought, oh my gosh, it was totally Sue right away. Well, we woke up this morning and what's outside the door? Because, I said, I've seen cardinals in Sedona. And here it was. We've been surrounded by cardinals all morning. And I just thought, Sue's calling in the cardinals because she loved that pin so much yesterday.
Yeah, because I couldn't get it. But, I have the real one around me, which is much, much better.
Yeah, she got the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I thought that's Sue at work with the sourcing. Here they are.
I know. Remember, I sourced Ananda too.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She sourced her dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great story, actually. Yeah, you can tell it if you want.
I have a Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, 2 of them. And then, one is Archie, whose actual name is Archangel. And we had him for, 7 years almost. And, I told every day to my husband, Jason, that I want to have a second dog because Archie will appreciate the second dog. And then he said, no, because one dog is so easy to take care of. So, he was so not for a second dog. And I was just telling Jason every day pretty much. I said, I'm going to have a dog. It's going to be a female and it's going to be Ananda. I'm going to name her Ananda. And about a year later, so Jason was taking Archie out and then there was a girl with the big bag and then she said, that's Cavalier King Charles, Ruby. I have a Ruby Cavalier King Charles. I just moved in about 3 weeks ago. And then Jason got so excited and he asked her, the name of the dog. And then she said, her name's Ananda. And Ananda and Archie got so,
so attached.
So much.
They were connected.
Instantly. And it just became so good friends, instantly. And we are doing that, like dog sittings.
Oh yeah, they dog sit for weeks at a time.
Yeah, weeks and months in time. Yeah. And then what happened, the sad part is that, the dog owner got sick. And she couldn't, care for Ananda, anymore. So we adopted her. And then here comes, I didn't even have to name her Ananda, but she came as Ananda,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that story.
Yeah, it's just wonderful story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, all the magic. And, we're all such dog lovers. Our dogs, our horses and dogs for me. But, my Brazilian dog, everybody knows how wonderful she is, and she's doing really super well.
Yeah, and then you named her Sophia, which is wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom in Greek. Yeah, which I didn't even know that it was in Greek, that it was, the name meant wisdom. I had to look it up because I was like, why am I, yelling down the street, Sophia?
It's that way. I didn't know that part.
Oh, I was just yelling it down the street. Sophia. She'd come running.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I named her Sophia.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It was in the air.
But it just shows you, we teach you that everything is connection, and then the connection is done by energy. Yes. You call for something, and then you just work for it, and it will come to you.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that your life is pretty much an illusion on planet Earth, and you have to create it. So it's all about creation every day. We have to move our mind to you have these dreams, you have to actually speak them, and then you have to move your body to create them. So it's a process. We're all in our process. We all want money, and we all want love. We all want great food and happiness, and we all have to move toward that, because it's really giving up all our self-destruction and all the gravity-based, confusion that happens with all humans. But,
and
that's where homeopathy comes in very strong.
Yeah, and then the Qigong. I want to talk about Qigong a little bit.
She does Qigong. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it has been 2 years since I started really seriously about this the Qigong exercise pretty much every day. And if I don't do Qigong, I'll do meditation.
Yeah, and Qigong is like you feel the energy between your hands, right? I mean,
yeah, and then it's basically connection between the universe and then yourself. And
your core self.
Yeah. So, I mean, because we are part of universe, and the universe is part of you. So that's the core essence. So you have your universe in your, abdomen, tandem area. And then the connection with that, with the universe outside, you become unit, just one. Just like, everything is about yang and yin. So, the bigger and then smaller combined together and, they create one unit. Yeah. So, and what I do is medical Qigong, and then this Master Ling, from Minnesota, he leads the group, the Spring Forest Qigong, and you should visit his, the Facebook page and things like that, because he, posts a lot of small, videos, a few minutes, but it's very informational, and it will benefit you for sure.
So, let's give them your Facebook page, and then you can put a link out, and then people can find him too. So it's Sumire McKean, MC capital Kean. So you can Facebook her also.
Yeah.
Besides call, and the number again is
310-980-3138.
If you want an appointment, and she has an office in Beverly Hills. And she does, you probably do, maybe Skype consultations. You do kind of, remote? I mean, you do Japanese, I know, in Japan.
Yes, and I do. I prefer in person, but because, I treat a lot of autistic children, and it's gonna be much easier for the parents, and much easier for me to see the behavior of the children at the natural, environment, which is their home. So I do Skype. Yeah. But for everything else that I prefer in person, to tell the truth, because again, there's that energy, exchange. So I can kind of feel the energy, and then, I can push a little bit there, or, here sometimes, like to get know each other, better.
Right. Yeah, she would, Dr. Sue, my sister. Anyway, she was, teaching me this morning, she was telling me about a friend, that we both have that, had high blood pressure. And so she was just showing me how she helped her get rid of blood pressure. And then there's such easy exercises.
Yeah.
I mean, if people only knew these a few little things, oh my gosh, they're lifesavers, really.
Yes, that's what I said, that it's just a small thing, but you do this every day, and then like within weeks, months, you feel the difference. And once you feel the difference, you can't really stop. Right. It's just you want more, because you want to be healthy, the energetic way, the mental, the emotional and the physical. And that's when I think one of the good thing is, the Qigong. So, you can just do it by yourself. You don't have to go, anywhere else, but you just do it at home. And again, his name is Johnny Lin, Lin. and then he has the, spring forest, Qigong, and you can look for that, the Facebook page too,
Right. He does workshops all over the country?
Yeah. He does.
Do you think that you'll be teaching it? Are you a teacher of it yet?
No, I don't really think I'm pursuing it.
Yeah.
I may going to be, doing the small group leading kind of,
maybe a retreat or something where you're doing a homeopathy thing and then you do a Qigong.
Yeah, because
every
it's
morning
good
and
for
night.
energetically for everyone, and then especially if you do the energetic walk. It's just easy. I mean, you are already accustomed to it, and then it's so easy for you to, become, the part of you.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah, I want to know more. You know, just even after that, just little exercise, I thought, oh, well. And I've had friends who have been into it for a long time, but, she explains it so well. I guess, that's just the key to everything, isn't it? Is when you get, when it's explained to you well, then you understand that it benefits you at such a high degree. It's like, oh, why haven't I been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah, because, you start feeling the connection or to see the connection and, that's how you understand that. That's one of the reasons that I told you earlier that homeopathy is so difficult for people to, understand because, that there's no scientific proof to it. Also Qigong in a way, but, because like we have 5,000 years of Chinese medicine, it's proven, in China at least, not maybe accepted, a lot in Western world, but, so it's good to know that, logical, the theoretical, theoretical?
Yeah, you got
thing,
it.
And then, the movement, connected to each other and understand that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. Now, I think that Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, what always fascinates me is no wrinkles, no, real gray in the hair, no obesity, no real heart attacks a lot of times if everybody's eating well. I mean, it's just like incredible. Why do, the Western world, why they turn away from, not following, just it's like you can see it. You can see the results. So why do people turn away from it? I guess it's just, conditioning, programming maybe.
Yeah, I think in a way, that's possible. And I feel that Western world wants to have a quick result.
Right. Patience. Maybe it's a patience level.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Because in a way that, like in China, like Qigong or, Tai Chi have been carried, generation after generation. So it's kind of in the DNA maybe. And, although that the younger generation may not do, the Qigong and then the Tai Chi anymore, I have no idea, but, because Americans, my standpoint, wants to have magical pill overnight, just like, headache. Like you get the pill, 5 minutes later, your headache is gone.
Well, that's maybe the DNA, think about it, the ancestors all they were risk takers that came to America. They all were fleeing their countries and fleeing any sort of war or anything. And so maybe they, they're ready to risk. Let me to have that, pill. So it may be part of that risk thing, actually, if you look at the, what the connectedness is of that thought process.
Yeah. And then, but, maybe like Chinese culture may be more grounded.
Than deep down. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because, it would only be, you think of Chinese culture, all the artists and all the rebellion, all the rebellious people were killed at one point, same with Europe. They keep, going through and over, except for, like the Vikings, they were very rebellious and they kind of, they were getting rid of all the conformists probably, so it went back and forth. But I don't think that was so much in China. So, but there's so vast as far as the souls coming in there. You don't know. Because there would be such there's such minds, with everybody. The wellspring of knowledge that circles the world with the internet now affects everyone. So you never know what's going to be the future. It's kind of exciting, really.
Yeah. But, talking back about, all this quickness, even food in the United States, fast food, and then the TV dinner, and not making enough time or not creating, yourself enough time to prepare for the food,
Yeah, the love in the food.
Right. Yeah. And that tradition has been carried in China because they do from the scratch, they do from the selected herbs and things like that. I think it's a way of life.
Yeah, and Sue is a great cook. Oh my God. Hey, we're on our countdown. I just want to say, thank you, Sue. I love you. Thank you for being.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
And thank you, everybody. Blessings. I like to have 1 or 2 spaces left for the Mystic training, but we're in Sedona. We're going to have a blast, and thank you. Lots of blessings. Love.
Thank you for sharing your time with Tara Sutphen. Find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams by visiting her website at tarasutphen.com.